Man, I have failed like I never failed before. I did the worst thing I've ever done. And if we're speaking automotive here, I've never failed so hard in my life before. But before that, let's get to today's vlog, and we'll get to that later. Okay, I totally have to admit, I need an office. My bedroom, I have a small corner that used to be my office, but I just don't have enough room anymore. And the more kind of YouTubing I'm doing, the more I need a proper office because I can't work out of the living room anymore. But I want to mimic what I was doing. So I want to have a TV to watch some TV, watch some other content while I'm doing it, keep me entertained, keep my mind off of things. But I need to clean this up here. This is a mess. Nice? Yeah? Yeah, it's cool? You approve? Look, I got another screen here, and it doesn't work. I'm really happy with the way my office turned out. It's awesome. It's not quite done yet, but I have to go right now. I'm actually gonna go pick up an axle from my one of my Cavalier buddies, because you know Cavalier guys are like this. We help each other out. So I'm gonna go pick up that axle, and we're gonna try the axle just to make sure that it's not the tranny. If it is the axle, then I'll give him back the axle. I'll go buy a brand new one. They're like the same price that he wants to charge me for that anyways. Might as well get brand new, lifetime warranty. We're gonna go pick it up, and then tomorrow we're gonna install it, and we're gonna cross our fingers that it's not actually the axle, that it's not the transmission, I should say. If it is, no biggie. We're gonna go get another transmission. I might even just get another car, swap the entire powertrain into it, because the engine's kind of getting weak as well. So I kind of just want to start fresh, and it's probably going to cost as much for an engine and tranny, and it's probably going to cost as much to get another Cavalier and then engine and tranny. So if I can pick up a Cavalier for around like $500 or something like that, I'll just do that. But it's starting to stress me out. I have a lot of cars right now, so we're gonna see how it goes. I'm really hoping it's just an axle. I doubt it, because axles don't go like that usually, but it does happen. So we're gonna do that tomorrow morning, but we're gonna start the video right now because I'm off to go pick it up.
Yeah, oh man. All right, now you need to hear it, bro. So loud.
You know what? I'm way too fat. Let's do something about it.
I'm out of shape, but you know what? Feels good. I'm just starting out my day with whatever's hardest. And then the rest of the day will definitely be easier than this.
Alright, so that was a decent run. Got a little shower, got some coffee in me. Super excited for this kind of new setup here. Doing some editing. Oh man, events are so hard to edit. So I'm gonna let this kind of upload. I got a couple uploads going on right now, so I'm at what 19%. Internet is so slow here, so I'm gonna take a break from this because upstairs they're blasting music right now, and it's kind of distracting when I'm trying to like sync up volume and stuff like that. So we're gonna go outside. We're gonna work on the Cavalier. I'm gonna put my steering wheel in, and we're gonna move it up front, change the axle out, and let's cross our fingers. Just everybody cross their fingers. Make sure, like, I so hope it's an axle and it's not a transmission. I'm thinking it's the worst. I'm expecting the worst, hoping for the best. I need a steering wheel for the car. The Subaru has a quick release, and so I needed a wheel for that. The EL also has a quick release. I don't know what size this is, and so I'll take this one from. This is the one from the EL. I'll just throw that in the Cavalier real quick, just so I can move it up front. Here, you know what? It's not that bad of a day for working on cars. No, it's not bad. It's really way too hot boy for this car. So this is how I work on my car. It's not ideal, but it's way better than being in the gravel, and it's also way safer. Always, and I mean always, use jack stands. Just to get to the bottom of this, basically what happened was, I assumed my axle was broken because there was a bit of play in it. So when I jacked it back up, there was no play. So now I'm kind of thinking to myself, okay, what's happening here, right? And then I'm taking the axle nut off to replace it, and I'm realizing that my lug nuts are vibrating themselves loose. All right, my footage cut out. So long story short, the lug nuts were vibrating themselves loose. The lug nuts just weren't tight. I went to Race Wars. I tightened the lug nuts before. We did a lot of track time, and they just came loose afterwards. I should have torqued them afterwards. I should have known. This is something that happens a lot in the mechanical industry, and you know what? I'm the guy that's always double checking stuff like that, and I torqued them twice after the last time I installed them, torqued them before the event, and still now they need to be retorqued. So lesson learned here. That's something we learned in college. Always check the basics first. It's easy to get caught up in the specifics. especially when someone like me, like I own 7 cars, it's not easy for me to go, okay, well, I'll just torque all my freaking lug nuts today. Like it doesn't really work like that. In a perfect world, it would, but not in this case. So we ended up just torquing the wheel, putting the axle nut back on, and we ended up modifying the car instead. We got a sick engine mount. Let's get back to the video. Alright, well I guess this video turned into a fix-it video to a modified video. I'm always down for some modifications, especially ones that actually make your driving a little better. This was one of those things where it's very little, but it's gonna give it a bit better of a feel. I got this nice little polyurethane engine mount here. It's used and it's full of grease, but I picked it up for like 40 bucks. They're really hard to find. Any parts for Cavaliers are really hard to find, so I'm happy I got this. Buddy that I borrowed the axle from had this laying around in his old car, so we're gonna put it in, see if we can see any difference. Alright guys, that freaking mount is in. It doesn't look like it really does anything, to be honest, but we're gonna go for a test drive, see how it feels, and we're gonna bring you along with it. Please subscribe, like, share, do whatever you can to help the channel out.